Today, the Father tells you that you have performed exceptionally well in the numerous examinations and exams that have been placed in front of you, and as a result, you are now prepared to advance to the next level. Raise yourself up, my beloved, and assume the position that is rightfully yours in the kingdom. Arise and shine today, because the time has come for your light to arise, and my glory will be displayed in all that you seek to accomplish, declares God. To attest to the fact that you have successfully made the leap to this higher level, I shall bestow upon you a certificate of excellence. God states that there is a level that will help you to reach greater heights in your pursuit of fulfilling your mission. During the time that you are praying, any and all attempts to diminish your strength will be halted. Therefore, I am repairing your prayer and praise altars so that you can continue to pray and praise without stopping, which is the hallmark of success, and it is agreeable to me, says the Father. May you continue to pray and praise without stopping. In your journey towards sonship and kingdom, all of this is a critical milestone that you have reached, beloved. A son in whom the entirety of creation eagerly anticipates your emergence, and a king who is born to rule and reign over all of creation. God has confirmed that you will be graduating and will be crowned as the king. Arrangements are being made for you to participate in a celebration, which will include the setting up of a table in the presence of your adversaries. You have benefited from their unrepentant attitude toward you because it has worked out for your benefit. The Father adds that it has driven you into your purpose, and that it is for this cause that you have excelled in the trials, passed the tests, and are ready to be celebrated. This day, the Father declares that you and I are of the same composition. As soon as I arrived on earth, I stripped myself of all the characteristics that characterized my magnificence in heaven earlier. After that, I made the sacrifice that you recognize me as the way to ascend into my throne and be seated with me at the right hand of the Father. In the cherished, you are accepted as you are. To the same extent that I am in the heavens, you are on the earth. How am I doing? How am I able to be in the heavenly realm, standing at the right hand of it all? Do I have a sickness? Or am I living in poverty? Do I occupy a broken state? For this reason, you should not allow any of these deceptive conditions and events to be a part of your own existence on earth. The ones who are entitled to sit on my throne are you. In no way will anything be able to cause you harm. Have faith in the positive report, and get a glimpse of the whole manifestation of everything I paid for you on Calvary. Put your mind to it that you will not confine yourself to a limited or natural understanding of the world. Regardless of where you are in life, I will not and will not be able to prevent me from blessing you. I have a plan to bring you into your blessing place, and your financial situation will not be a barrier to fulfilling that purpose. My glory and blessing will be bestowed upon you regardless of your nationality or marital status. None of these factors can prevent or hinder the manifestation of these blessings. It is God who tells you to change your thinking about such matters. Move on from the past. You should forget the catastrophic failures that occurred in the past. I am present here. I am currently in motion. I am bringing you to a higher position and placing your feet in a certain location that will bring you blessings and benefits, and nothing will be able to prevent my plans from bringing about the fulfillment of your destiny. It is impossible for you to ever feel lonely, the Father says today. You will never be able to be alone. You are protected from harm and destruction at all times because I am present in you and within you to carry out my will. For the purpose of granting you life and life in greater abundance, I come to you. Everything and anything within you that represents a condition that is contrary to your own is a deception told by the adversary. My glory is reaching saturation in your life, and it is beginning to show in a moment what boundlessness and blessing beyond all imagination look like. Both of these things are happening simultaneously. What the Father has to say is that you are not disqualified. Knowing that I am larger than your heart and that I have the last say is important to keep in mind if your heart is condemning you. Due to the fact that the gavel has been lowered in your favor in the courts of heaven, it is irrelevant that the courts of man's opinion argue against you. What I performed on Calvary has resulted in the settlement that you have requested and has been approved. He says, there is no more waiting for you, and there is no more denial for you, because this is the hour that has been appointed for your recovery, rescue, and redemption. At this moment, the Father declares that you are holy and spotless in front of me in love. The accuser is the only person who can provide any other perspective. Learn to see yourself in the same way that I see you. When you look at yourself in the same way that I view you, you will have the realization that just as I am in the heavens, you are also in the earth. This is an indisputable fact. Due to the fact that I am doing well in the skies, you are doing well on earth and will continue to do so in the future. Therefore, just as I am furnished in the skies for all eternity, you are and will continue to be provisioned in the earth in an irreducible manner. According to the Father, you must break free from time-bound knowledge. Take away the exterior layer of lies that are woven into the web of the adversary, which characterizes you as being less than, unable, and unable. You are not the same as others. There is no incapacity in you. You are not unable to do so. That is the deception, the harmful factor that leads to your failure because of it. Because I am not a failure in the skies, I announce to you and want you to declare that you are not a failure. I want you to say this to yourself. This is not a defeat for you. There is no victory over you. This day, you are the conqueror, and you are more than a conqueror, in every challenge that you present to yourself. I invite you to enter the timeless realm of my now, as the Father instructs you now. There is no time limit on you, and you are not constrained by the limitations of your age, regardless of whether you are young or old. Considering that I have time, you also have time. As old as God, you are also as young as God. You are both. Through the power of the cross, time is redeemed from within you on this very day. Says the Father, you must accept this. This is the most fundamental truth about who you are in me and who I am in you, and you should become aware of it. Dear Father, I want you to become conscious of the eternity that I have placed within your heart. What you are doing is not simply pressing into eternity, rather, eternity is pressing into you right now. God asks, are you able to take this moment as an answer? Is it possible for you to experience the power of an infinite existence that is currently manifesting inside you through faith? That is the amount of liberty that I have bestowed onto you. I am releasing you from the shackles of time that have been placed upon you, declares the Father. You are a tree of righteousness that is brimming with the sap of eternal life, and it is possible for you to conceive and bear fruit in each and every season throughout your life. There is nothing that can enter your body that can pollute you or make you lie, even in your physical body, because you are in the timeless realm of the present moment. According to God, this is the power of my grace to transform and change you, as well as to elevate you from glory to higher glory. Today, the Father instructs us to differentiate between that which is only information and that which is my truth. The truth that I have presented to you in myself and the truth that you have stepped into this day has full power over every misinformation of darkness that has been filed against you. Facts are related to the happenings and events that have occurred in your life. I am the truth bringer, declares God. Furthermore, the truth that is who I am, and not only a meaningless message of religious comprehension, was revealed to me. You may believe that the circumstances of your life tell you one thing, but the truth is that I am in command, and I will force every fact in your life that is contradictory to my promise to bow down until you receive everything that the cross paid for on your behalf. Your soul's adversary has made it his mission to subject you to a hellish experience on purpose. He does not comprehend the fact that even if your bed is made in hell, I am accompanying you and ensuring that you always emerge victorious. I am by your side, and I am a part of you. I am standing up on the inside of you in the midst of assault, falsehoods, and deceit, and you are standing up on the inside of me. I am standing up on the inside of you. God says, I am defending you, and I am liberating you to a new entitlement, even the entitlement of sons. I am defending you and liberating you. Because of this, you will have the opportunity to experience what it means to be a God-man on earth, a person who carries out the more significant deeds and walks in the greater glory of my kingdom. Today, the Father instructs us to pay attention to the music that is emanating from my spirit and resonating throughout your existence. There are a great number of sounds happening all over the world that are begging for your attention. The enemy's distractions are designed to do nothing more than dissuade you from the highest heart's desire that I have purposed to make the default outcome for your life. It is up to you to distinguish between these distractions and the desires that I have for your life. This is the day that will save you eternally. When it comes to my complete and utter favor, this is the moment when everything in your life starts to change on a fundamental level. I will neither delay you in any way, nor will I in any way refuse to give you anything. What appears to be a delay and what appears to be a denial are the results of the enemy's words penetrating your brain and causing you to pause in evaluation of my promise. The time has come for you to act. Not only does this hour transform the planet, but it also changes your environment and the atmosphere that you are surrounded by a new atmosphere. The disenfranchisement of you has been lifted. I am an entitled heir of a loving Father. You should remind yourself of your soul. Allow this to be the most fundamental truth that you will follow without deviating from. It is irrelevant if every single person on the planet is against you. You and I together constitute a majority that has the power to override any outcome that is not in accordance with what I have promised when you are aligned with me in your thinking. Are you up to the challenge of accepting the promise? You should not let yourself be misled by thinking about the manner in which I will lead you to the point where you will be blessed. Simply know that I will. Relax and take comfort in the undeniable fact that you are about to enter the very depths of my complete blessing and complete promise, which are beyond anything you could ever ask for or conceive of happening. I am sending you as a sheep even though there are many wolves around you, says the Father today. Always remember to be wise, but also gentle, and to put on display the excellent character that I have fashioned within you. It is you who will carry my torch and be a beacon of light in your world. As part of my requirements, you will be required to restore historic ruins and bridges, as well as anything else that is related to life and godliness. When you reveal the route to the rich life, those who have been lost will be found, those who are blind will see, and those who have been prodigals will come back. This is the only method that has been tried and tested consistently over the course of history. It is through me that you can access this path, for I am the way, says the Father. In addition, I am the truth. This reality, which has captivated your heart to the point of overflowing. You will speak of this truth to those who are listening to you, and it will demolish all of the lies that the adversary has planted deep roots in their souls. The answer is yes. You will release it into the world, and it will liberate you because the mouth speaks from the wealth of the heart, says God. I will never leave your side. I am the splendor that is in the midst of you for your validation, and I am the fire that surrounds you for the purpose of providing protection. In addition, I am bringing you this message because you participated in the call, and you have been prepped, processed, and are currently being commissioned. Beloved, know that no one can come against you because I am for you. Be strong and fearless, and know that every man is against you. It is important to be aware that when you talk, it will be as if I have spoken, and as a result, I will speed up the words in order to carry out what I have promised. It is time to go forward, according to the Father. In order to make the move to new terrain and other blessings, you are leaving the old things behind and moving on to new experiences. You should be aware that the time and effort you have invested in the connections and commitments you now have will not be wasted. As long as you continue to go forward down the route that I have laid out for you, nothing will ever be lost in my kingdom. Never. Now, put your face forward and your eyes ahead. Just keep in mind Lot's wife. Your benefits are waiting for you in the future, so let go of the past and bless the things that have happened to you. It is time to move on with fervor and enthusiasm, since greater things, greater days, and more glory are just around the corner. There is more to this than a temporary adjustment, according to God. The ability to hold anything loosely is something that you must always learn to do, regardless of how much you like what is. Acquire the skill of not possessing anything. Discover how to find your sense of safety in nothing more than the presence of who I am in your life. Beginning right now and continuing until the conclusion of your stay on earth, you will go from splendor to glory and faith to faith. Everything that does not change or move will eventually perish. This is a fact that cannot be changed. Your route to the next task is constantly illuminated by the pillar of fire, and the cloud of my presence is moving ahead in an ever-increasing manner. You are a pilgrim who is striving to achieve greater glory, greater anointing, and greater conquering in my kingdom. When you look at the current state of affairs in your life, the Father advises you to not focus solely on the snapshot of the situation. Instead of looking at the snapshot, you should look at the complete roll of film. Even the first few frames have not yet been developed. While there are options accessible to you, If you were to listen to other people, they would tell you that one of those choices is not an option. You have the ability to make a decision, the Father replies. A unwillingness to make a decision is the one thing I am unable to come to terms with. With regard to your life, the Father continues, I do not write in stone, rather, I write in sand, and it is just at this moment that I am crouching down and writing in the sand. Your hand should be placed over mine. I want you to place your hand over mine and feel the joy, excitement, and love that I bring into your life with my blessing. I want to establish your hopes, establish your goals, and offer you something that other people would not consider to be a part of your potential. Today, the Father says, I am freeing you from the habit of worrying, which is an addictive behavior. It is true that fear is a poison, but you will no longer be subject to its influence on your life. I will bless you with my hand and fill you with myself to such an extent that worry and dread will seem like things that are laughable and ridiculous. You will no longer be harmed by the phantom of fear and pain that remains in the minds of other people. The loyalty that I exhibit is a reflection of my being. In the course of your life, I am dependable to deliver. The Father says, in your life, I am faithful to heal, unfaithful to provide. The Father says this. Muster up a lot of bravery. When you call, I will answer the phone because my faithfulness is so strong that it surrounds you. I will respond as the God who is beyond everything you could possibly ask or think. Simply having my name in your life is a declaration that the Father is more than enough. It is not possible for me to respond to prayers with illusory maybes or marginal probability. When it comes to your life, you are going to witness my hand in the forefront and center. Therefore, have a lot of courage. Both the right and the left should not be looked at. Do not pay attention to the growing number of erroneous expectations. I make it a point to prevent the adversary from gaining an advantage over you. My hand will empower, shield, and defend you, and you will testify in front of everyone in the world that I am the God who answers by fire and delivers you from every snare. I will do all of these things for you. The Father has revealed to us today that the adversary has devised plans, but I will reveal his schemes. He has stolen, but I will give it back to you. Because I will never abandon you in any way, the technique that hell employs against you will simply serve to function as the metric of blessing and gushing upon you in exponential amount. Be conscious of the fact that the lies that are told about you will eventually perish, but the truth that I tell will eternally survive their misrepresentation. It is true that you do not engage in a struggle against flesh and blood. Nonetheless, you should be aware of the fact that whosoever touches you touches the apple of my eye. I will bless the one who blessed you, but I will respond with ferocity to anyone who even deigns to play with you in the tiniest manner. I will bless the person who blessed you. Both this and this are aspects of who I am and what I do. As your protector and savior, I am here for you. It is I, your powerful right hand, who brings rescue to you. The Father has informed you that you are about to get your inheritance. It is on your shoulders that the mantle of sonship rests, and it is on your hand that the ring of power is given, so that you may go out and carry out my will in the earth. The sons of Keturah have gotten their gifts and gone their separate ways. The decision is entirely up to you, and there is no room for remorse. Even though some of them have changed their minds and gone in a different direction, and you were aware that you couldn't work with them, I believe that the plan is still intact, and that success is just around the corner. Those who disobeyed me will only be able to exclude themselves from the fulfillment of my promise, but you will get in full measure everything that I had in mind when you went to my house together to listen to my voice and carry out my instructions. Do not stop looking for the kingdom. Don't let yourself be sidetracked by silly queries that simply serve to exacerbate gender conflict. You should humble yourself as Moses did before Jannes and Jambres, and I will move to bring you into the blessing place that is your part, says the Father. When obstacles come and the gainsayers speak their lies, you should do the same. The Father has spoken to us today, saying, I am your hiding place until the winds of change have finished their work. I ask that you give my angels permission to sing songs of freedom and deliverance with you. You will be free, and God promises that you will be free. Until everything that pertains to you is perfected and you are firmly established in your country that flowing with milk and honey, the entire host of heaven will not rest. You are about to enter this rest, yet there is exertion to contend with. The pressure is a sign that a breakthrough is about to occur. Utilize the pressure to your advantage and make your way into the kingdom at this point. Let your mouth be filled with praise and prayer, for this is the means by which you will arrive at the breakthrough and the end that you have anticipated, says the Father. Beloved, please tell me what you see in these late hours of the night. Keep in mind that you will receive exactly what you see. With the eyes of trust, look upon the land that has been promised to you, and get ready to take possession of it. God tells us that we are prepared when we no longer notice the obstacles and are not disturbed by the antics of the adversary, but rather when we see them as openings and possibilities to enter in. I am keeping a close check on your every action, and I am protecting the real you from the prying eyes that are everywhere. Have faith in me and do not be afraid. I will protect you from any evil that may come your way. As a result of the shenanigans that wars and fighting have brought about, you may be weak, but let the weak declare that I am powerful. Change is happening right now, regardless of whether or not you are aware of it, the Father says. Change is here and now. I am gathering my faithful ones for the compensation I have held in store for many generations, the Father says today. I have been expecting this for many generations. There is a new day and a new dawn that has come upon the globe. It is a day of blessing and benediction in the midst of the darkness and the danger that the adversary poses. Your portion is, as morning spread on the mountains, so you should not be concerned about the things that you see coming upon the earth. This is simply Pharaoh's chariots being drowned in the midst of the sea. However, you will come forth into your blessing place dry-shod, without even the smell of smoke on your garments, because I am pouring out all of my faithfulness upon you at this very moment. God declares that you will be blessed with uprightness. Consider this. Know that I exert my influence in your life not on the basis of who you are or what you have done, but rather on the basis of who I am and what I did for you on the cross 2,000 years ago. Accept this as the most fundamental reality of your connection with me, and do so with great enthusiasm. Make a conscious decision to stop being a child of disobedience and instead be willing to be a son of punishment. I am showing you salvation and light, deliverance and blessing beyond any anticipation, says the Father. There are those who peep and murmur dark things that they claim I have shown them. However, what I am showing you is more than you were expecting. All of you who are working hard and carrying a great weight, the Father says to you now, come to me. There are some individuals who have spoken the phrase, burden of the Lord, the burden of the Lord, with the intention of introducing a fictitious sense of dread and conspiracy rather than enriching the faith, which is the essence of godly living. They say that you must be aware of what the adversary is doing, but what gives you the right to care about the team that is losing? Upon the completion of the cross, I presented a public and open spectacle of the adversary who had been defeated, all in your favor. The laurels that have been placed upon your head today are the victories that you have earned at Calvary. Not only am I taking you, but I am also bringing you from one disaster to another, from faith to faith and from glory to glory. I am always causing you to triumph, because that is who I am and what I do. This is what the Father has to say. I hear the groan of your imprisonment. Focus your attention on me, because you are going to end up wherever you direct your attention. Establish your affection on things that are higher than the place where my throne is located. As you gaze to my throne in the sky, my throne will be established on the earth, and you will genuinely understand and experience what it is to reign as kings on the earth in connection with the King of Kings and Lord of Lords that I am in your situation. In light of the fact that the bars are cracking and the prison doors of your life are bursting asunder, you should allow your heart to sing and let your alleluias resound throughout your life. According to God, the angels assigned to the jailbreak are currently present at the entrance, ready to accompany you into the place where you will be blessed. There is a message from the Father that says, I am making the path level and smoothing the way forward for you today. It is not the case that you are in a bind. You do not lack any opportunities or choices available to you. Should you possess the courage to take action in spite of what other people are saying around you, there is still an option available to you. You are bringing to birth that which I have promised, so grit your teeth and bear down against the pressure that is pushing you, because you will not be disappointed in the end. The longing that your soul has is not a dream that has been lost. Whenever the adversary is attempting to harm you, you should act in the opposite manner. Due to the fact that I am the fourth guy in your fire, you must not allow yourself to be conformed to what the adversary desires or the path that he decides to take. I am here with you, and I promise that I will never abandon you. I am aware that you require assistance. I know that you have heard the voice of the false fathers of the earth, who have made promises that they are unable to keep and have given assurances that are solely intended to confuse and misdirect you while they are using their words to take you captive. Put all of these petty concerns to the side and focus on me. I tell you that the dew of my faithfulness shines on your road each morning. I say this over and over again. This is your moment to emerge from the dungeons of regret. The heart's desire that has been given up on for a long time will become a reality as if it were done in a single day. Your dead will be brought back to life, and that which is dead and stinking will be brought back to life. The Father says, "This is my name throughout all generations, for I will have pity upon those who lean wholly upon me, and that includes you." For this reason, I want you to lift your head and recognize that this is your turn and your time. You are created of God's stock, the Father says today, and the time and effort you put into being in my presence and in my word accomplishes a great deal more for you than you are willing to acknowledge. You are undergoing a process of transformation and change on a daily basis, and you are progressively moving in the direction of following your life's ultimate goal. When you tune into my voice and what I am saying in my word that is applicable today in your current position as well as any situation you may encounter in the future, I have the answer for you. You are uniquely equipped for your assignments to fulfill my purposes, and I have the answer for you. You are indeed filled with my spirit, yet, if you are not familiar with the teachings of my word, you will not be able to hear correctly and will be more likely to be misled. In order to be successful in every aspect of life, it is not sufficient to simply possess profound knowledge. You must also have a solid understanding of the fundamental concepts that will bring you success. Accept everything that I have in store for you in its entirety. Your life is filled to the brim with the fruits and gifts of the Spirit, and they are overflowing to all those who are right around you. At this very moment, I am working among you, bringing about the restoration of your soul as well as everything that has been taken from you or lost. I am working for your good, even if the enemy intended for you to experience bad in your life. I am not only able to save you, but I am also ready to do it, and I will compensate you twice as much for all the difficulties you have been through. At this very now, I am fighting for you in order to bring about the transformation that you have been desperately seeking. Despite the fact that it appears to be a gradual process, when my sudden ties arrive in a moment of time, all will change in due season, and you will be blessed with joy that will last forever. The Father asks, what has happened to you that has caused you to doubt my ability and willingness to come through for you, in this day and age? Instead of listening to the voice of an unknown person, you are listening to my voice. That unknown person, that adversary, is the father of falsehoods who tells you that what I have stated might occur for other people, but it probably won't happen for you, at least not at this moment and in this circumstance. Due to the fact that you are my cherished child, it is my goal to rescue you from every trap that has been created and to endow you with the capacity to anticipate the traps so that you can avoid them entirely. Because you have intelligence within you that is only waiting to be trusted and put into action, you are not unaware of the devices that the devil uses. These are the strategies that will make you feel as though you are an orphan, that will pervert your communication with other people, and that will attempt to squeeze the life out of you by instilling fear and anxiety about what the future may contain. My word is suffocated and rendered fruitless by things such as the concerns of this world, the deceitfulness of wealth, and the lusts of other things. Faith convinces, faith communicates, faith takes action, and faith triumphs. Hold on to your self-assurance because it will pay off in a big way in the future. Taking the first step of casting down the imaginations and high things that come against your mind contrary to my word, fixing your eyes on Jesus, the author and finisher of your faith, then standing firm and just being who I created you to be, is the first step toward rising up in who you are in Christ. Nothing good comes without effort or opposition. In this day and age, the Father declares, I have not abandoned you. Have you glanced around and become disheartened, asking yourself, where is God in all of this? I am just as close to you as the breath that you take in. I have witnessed people who have bothered you and those who have trampled on the beautiful things in your life, mistakenly believing that they were carrying out my purpose. I will keep them occupied in another location. They will be so preoccupied with other things that they will stop bothering you and pressing you about things that have never been important to them in any manner. They will hear a sound from another part of their life and be so preoccupied with other things. The critiques and allegations that they have leveled against you serve as the foundation upon which I will commence my pronouncement of unfathomable favor and blessing. The rails and curses that they pronounce are nothing more than a way to construct the meter of 100-fold advantage in reverse of all that they watch to occur negatively in your existence. Be encouraged and have faith in yourself. I have created the ear. Am I not allowed to hear? I am the one who made the eye. Must I not see? I was the one who fashioned the hand. Shall my hand of deliverance be contracted in order to protect you? I am your deliverance, declares God, and I am your rescue and your deliverance. I am compensating you twice as much for all of the cruelty and apathy that has been an overwhelming part of your existence. You are not left to think about things on your own. Your hearts should be lifted up and your hands should be empty because I, the Lord, will fight your battles for you. You will sow seeds and bring in 100-fold, just like Isaac did in the land of famine, while others will cut and run, abandoning their own blessings. The Lord declares that it is a new day, and that a new level of fullness is on its way to fulfill all of your need in this life. The Father has informed you that the efforts you have put in and the perseverance you have shown in your pursuit of heavenly settlement are beginning to bear fruit. You will now be at ease, says God, and you will live the life that God has planned for you. At this point, the changes are coming to an end, and the violence that you have endured is submitting to the name that is superior to all other names. This is the moniker that will bring you victory and bring about your settlement on your behalf. The Father states that the delights of salvation are now yours and that they will be returned to you as long as you continue to use this name continuously. As the transitional phases in your life come to a conclusion, it indicates that you have successfully navigated your way through the threshing floors and pruning altars. Now that you have a right spirit, your heart is clean, and you are clean. Your spirit has been refreshed. God says that fear is leaving you today, and that it is being replaced by a spirit of aggression that enables you to seize what is rightfully yours by the use of force. Indeed, by the use of force, because the kingdom is subjected to violence, and those who are violent will take it forcefully. Continue to put in a lot of effort and don't give up. I am in charge, and you will soon be situated on your country and in the land that you own. When you are on the verge of crossing the finish line, my beloved, you must resist the temptation to give up and take the bait. The Father advises that you should make use of this potent name in order to push yourself over the lines because it has the ability to shake heaven, earth, and even everything that is beneath the earth, and it can force every knee to bow and every tongue to confess. This day, the Father declares that the adversary will no longer take advantage of your life. He has arrived without permission, and he will leave without acquiring anything. He had the impression that you were a target, but he failed to take into consideration the favor that I have bestowed upon you. Despite the fact that some people believe you are simply receiving what you deserve, I see you in your humanity. Beloved, that is not what I wish for you. Mercy is the natural response that I have toward you, and I am making it very clear that I am demonstrating my kindness in your life right now itself. Have a good time and be happy. If you would, please thank me. Your eyes should be dried, and you should put on your joyful robes, because the shift has arrived, and the dwelling place of your praise will be filled with my glory even on this very day. You have been pondering and pondering your dreams, waiting for them to emerge and become established. You have been looking forward to them. That moment has arrived. The sluggish man claims that there is a lion in the streets, but I tell you that the Lion of the tribe of Judah has roared in your life. Would anyone be able to compete with him? You've suffered defeats, but please don't worry, your axe head is about to go swimming. As long as you continue to put your faith in me, the cruse of oil and the meager food consisting of restricted resources will not run out. Never turn around to look at the person who is pursuing you. Even if his heated breath is on your neck, I will bring him to a halt each and every time, because I am protecting you, safeguarding you, and blessing you beyond all comprehension. As of today, the Father has communicated that it is time to abandon those petitions, teachings, and praises that are lacking in strength. According to the Father, I am not a God who is lukewarm or tepid, and what I have for you is white-hot with my power and my capacity to shift culture and shift situation until you see the works, yes, the greater works, showering down upon you in an abundant quantity that is beyond what you are able to contain. You are mine, and I am yours. You are my city, and you are my dwelling place. Will I not defend you, and will I not bless you more than those generations that choose not to call my name? You are mine, and I am yours. The Father says, my name is on you, and my name is with you. My name surrounds you. I will never abandon you, and I will never leave you. This is the promise that I have made with you for all eternity. God says that this is the season of my affection over your life, when the enemy is defeated and the dream that has been dead for a long time rises to full life, so that the joy that flows from the depths of your heart may once again flow in your country. Your heart should be set on the idea that my voice is the one voice you will listen to and respond to. My fathering in you is an open rebuke to the fake fathers that are all around you and the false promises that they have falsely proclaimed. There are many noises on the world, and each of them has its own attraction. Nevertheless, the authenticity of my fathering in you is unique. Cling to the rock that bore you, because now is the season of seed and fruit harvest in a moment of time that culminates in a blessing and favor that is unmatched in your day. Today, the Father states that your life is equal to the amount of faith you have. To the same extent that your faith is unwavering, the foundation of my favor that lies beneath your feet is also unmovable. The gift that I have given to every man is faith that saves, and it is this faith that will save you from destruction and restore you to life, and will bring you life that is more plentiful. I have nothing but plenty to give you, says God. I have nothing else to give you. My only yoke is one that is easy and light, and I have no other yoke for me. Ask a lot of questions. I will demonstrate my faithfulness to act and to work on your behalf if you ask me to do so in the ground below or in the skies above. Acquire the ability to put your faith in the gift that I have placed within you. Believe in your faith because it is rooted in me. Have faith in your faith. You will triumph in life because the trust that I have bestowed upon you originates in me, and my default nature is that of lordship over any opponent who dares to look in your direction. The Father invites you to have the courage to imagine the bigger dream. It is important to realize that the things that are observed, such as the challenges and the problems, are ephemeral and vulnerable to change. My strength and glory are shaping and modifying circumstances and situations until your life is a small part of heaven to go to heaven in. This is because the things that are unseen are a manifestation of my power and glory. To answer your question, yes, there have been setbacks and disappointments at various points. Rather than allowing the promise of my word to speak louder to you and within you, you should refuse to allow circumstances and previous experiences to do so. It is time to realize that the predominant narrative of my speech is driving the experience of your life until all that is promised is realized and you obtain the full benefit of everything that Calvary gives on your behalf, says God. This is the time to recognize that this narrative is driving your life. The Father promises that when you return and give yourself rest, you will be delivered. When you put your faith and dependence in me, I will rescue you in a timely and complete manner. It is the Father who declares, I am working. The things that are happening in your life are changing in a way that you might not always comprehend or agree with myself. Remember that I am aware of the beginning and the end, and that what appears to be a pruning to the quick is actually my hand at work in your life, preparing the groundwork for a period of time that will be filled with an unparalleled amount of blessings and fruitfulness. Put an end to all feelings of guilt and false burdens. The illegitimate power of unforgiveness and humiliation should be severed from your conscience. Yes, you are clean. Have you been washed? There is nothing more important than the fact that you are holy and faultless in front of me in love. As the spirit of the orphan is being lifted off of you, the entitlement of sons is resting upon you to bring a complete inheritance of everything that Calvary gives you during this season. I made a promise to you in my word that I would love you without restrictions and without limitations, and I am pouring forth my love, favor, and blessings upon your life. There is no consideration given to what you have earned or what you have accomplished through your own efforts. I am dealing with you in accordance with the efficacy of the blood that was shed at Calvary, and not according to your own accomplishments or value. I am aware of the challenges you face, and I can see the struggle that you are battling within your being. Be aware of this. My righteousness covers you in the same way that snow that has been blown by God covers a dunghill. When I look at you, I see a place of purity and virtue because I see the price that was paid when heaven's darling gave his best for your worst. I see this because I see the price that was paid. Take comfort in that love. Have peace in that favor. It is important for you to know that I am working hard to make sure that your biggest hope and deepest heart's desire be accomplished on your behalf, even right now. The Father has said these words today, I have called my son out of Egypt. My word, which was validated in the blood that was shed at Calvary, is the sure promise that I am moving you away from, which are the false promises that man has made. Beloved, your part and your position are waiting for you at my side, sitting in heavenly realms in Christ. Bring yourself out of the leeks and garlics, as well as the false promises and satisfactions that man has to offer. You have the ability to do what man cannot do and what man cannot give in your life because of faith, which was made available to you on the cross 2,000 years ago. Bramble bushes are the princes of men, They do not hold any promise, and they do not produce any fruit that is conducive to righteousness. If you turn away from external dependence and focus solely on me, then your deliverance and salvation will arrive in a timely manner, since I am the one who will save you. According to God, this is all about making the yoke easy and the burden light. They promise you freedom and you promise you positive change, but they are themselves servants of corruption, and they are unable and unwilling to lighten your burdens with even one of their little fingers. I am your manna on the ground every morning, and I am your water from the rock throughout the dry season, to quench your thirst and satisfy the very craving of your heart. Therefore, I say to you, come away from such things, and you should return to the rock that produced you. God says, I am all about making your yoke easy and your burden light. In the event that their teaching does not emphasize the ease of yoke and the lightening of weight, it is because they do not contain any truth, as I am your Redeemer and the one who lifts your head even to this day. God tells us to take a deep breath of my faithfulness and a deep breath of my rest, since the time has come for the entrance in of time, and your refreshing has arrived. The Father is saying to you today, I am the wonder worker who is working wonders in your life currently. My name is faithful, and my faithfulness is being heard in your land even at this very now. During this season, you will experience the proclamation of my mighty deeds and amazing works that will make every ear tingle with the recounting of it. This is because my name is faithful. Please be aware that the Isaac promise belongs to you, as God has stated. It is true that there have been Ishmaels that have been fabricated by your own rationalizations, and you have made numerous deviations from what I had in mind for you, but you should be leaving all of that to me. Ishmael will have his fountain in the desert, but your share and your portion are to be drawn aside with me until the Isaac I promised comes forth fully grown and fully in possession of the generational promises I've made to you and your fathers before you. Ishmael will have his fountain in the desert. I have chosen you, Jacob, and I have summoned you, Israel. I have decided to call you. The struggles that you have had with yourself, your nature, and your shortcomings are something that I have witnessed firsthand. The goodness of my heart, which is forgiving, allows everything to be washed away. Get rid of it. You should give up all of that to me. Be conscious of the fact that your transgressions are directed solely against me, and when I grant you forgiveness, everything else and every other objection will be subordinated to my judgments rather than the judgments of man. This day, I call you forth from the grave of dismay and gloom and into the wide road of my blessing and purpose. I call you forth. According to God, I am not finished with you. People who believe that I have completed what I am going to do with you are mistaken. However, you should be aware that I am only beginning my work with you. Allow your Alleluia to be something that you say constantly. I will cause you to break forth on the right hand and the left until the entire promise of everything that I have said to you is brought to pass. Let your heart say, Lord, I trust you. Because I will cause you to break forth in your trust. According to what the Father has revealed to us today, the delights that the adversary drew from your trials are just temporary. Their aggressive deals will be on their own head, and any deceptive hopes they may have will be terminated from their lives. However, I was there with you when they put you in a pit with the intention of killing, stealing, and destroying your goals and dreams. During the the time that they tossed you into the furnace of flames, I was also the fourth man in the fire. According to God, you should look and watch as I turn everything on its head and give you a settlement that is out of the ordinary. Your position in the land will be that of a principality, and you will serve as a watchman on its walls. You will serve as a conduit through which the resources of heaven are distributed to the people who live on the land and in the regions that are surrounding your location. Beloved, your foes will not be allowed to escape without a fight. They will be held responsible for all of the activities that they have taken against you. It is God who claims that I will hold them in contempt because I witnessed everything that they did and laughed out loud. The same mercy that I have offered them to you was denied to you, despite the fact that they did not deserve it because of the actions that they took. God instructs you to pray for them and to hand over all decisions on justice and revenge to me. Let me be the judge, and I will administer justice in the manner that I believe is appropriate. You will eventually be able to feel the true joys of life after you have fully established yourself in the country and witnessed the materialization of all of your goals and dreams, as the Father speaks to you. The Father has spoken these words to us today: I am branching myself in you, and I am vining myself among you. On this day, I make it possible for you to take pleasure in my favor and bask in my goodness, for I have set my eyes upon you for good, and my hand is open to meet every requirement that you have in your life. Ask of me in the heights above or the depths beneath, and I will move heaven and earth, yes, even the stars in their chambers, to reply to the cry of your heart. If you ask of me, I will move heaven and earth. The fruitfulness of your boughs and the fullness of your garners are both things that I call for. Now that the chaff has been burned away, the crop is about to arrive. In order for you to have the opportunity to fully appreciate everything that Calvary provides you with in the form of heaven's darling's blood that has been shed, the angels of the reaper are searching through your history to uncover every last remnant of my blessing in the corners of your field. In addition to the tears that you have shed, there has been the part of it that is unknown. In addition to being accounted for, each and every one of them gets placed in my bottle. The Father has seen every moment of dismay and tragedy, every letdown, and I am soothing you today. I have seen every moment of sorrow and disappointment. I am providing you with the kind of solace that can only be provided by someone who has experienced exactly what you are going through in terms of your ailments. I am familiar with agony. I am familiar with the grieving process. Despite the fact that I am aware of the sadness that comes with experiencing a sense of abandonment, I would want to inform you that joy is something that arrives in the morning. Sadness and sighing will disappear in the future. You will stand up fully armed as a part of my mighty army on earth, says God. The bones that are out of joint will come together, and you will be a part of my army. Join me in taking care of you. Have faith in me to bring back the abundance. Please be aware that the river of my provision is being brought into your life as a result of my faithfulness. Those individuals who have become distant, those who have abandoned you, don't worry about them. I am your buddy, your great buddy. Yeah, it is the kind of friendship that is more enduring than any brother. From this day forward, the Father declares, I am God, and I have the ability to do anything I want, whenever I want, and I do not need to check with anyone or ask anyone's permission in order to bless you or not. There are many who have cursed you with words of unbelief, but I have blessed you with words of power from my throne. I have blessed you with their words. Despite the fact that they have mouths and have shouted words of hatred that are growing, I have not heard them. Their false prayers have been heard by deaf ears. As I move you out of all the depredations and attacks of the adversary into a new territory and a new location of favor and blessing beyond anything you have experienced in times past, I will turn my face away from them, and they will melt as wax in the flame. I will bring you into a new land. They delivered a strike and uttered the words, "Aha, aha," now they will fall, and now they will come to ruin. Nevertheless, I have provided you with support and bolstered you during the most challenging period of your warfare, so that you may emerge victorious and emerge with glory and victory while maintaining the integrity of your testimony.